Holy cow, I've missed that music. Guys, welcome to the Fantasy and Frames Draft Show. I'm your host, Stacey Perez. We got Kevin Thompson. We got Erica Brown here. Keith Fleming will be joining us shortly. Tonight is the very first night of our women's best ball tournament. We are kicking it off with the Beth Mowins division, and they just got rocking and rolling. Wendy Early is up right now. Let's get that draft board up for you. We got Ann Dunn over here taking Jamar Chase. We got Bonnie taking Jahmyr Gibbs. Stephanie Miller's got Saquon Barkley. Wendy going Bijan Robinson. It is a running back run. Kev, how do you feel about that?
This is famously tight end premium, correct?
Famously. Yeah, guys. So this is FFPC rules. That means full point tight end premium PPR, full point PPR for our receivers. We have got a slim format for you. So no defenses, no kickers. And this is a 20-man roster. No super flex.
I famously asked because Brock Bowers should be 101.
I bet you Brock Bowers is not going to get out of this first round, if I had to guess. Brian Thomas. Ooh, I like it.
I had a panic moment because I was like, am I drafting in this one?
I thought that too. I was like, oh my God, is that Erica?
Not me.
I saw that. That sounds like Erica, you better not drop the ball. No, just because we've seen Kelsey in years past go 101 and Bowers with the worst quarterbacking trio that anyone has ever seen put up a generational tight end season. And while a lot of people want to compare him to Kyle Pitts, Brock Bowers is not Kyle Pitts. I promise you, by hook or by crook, Bowers is going to meet or exceed what he does this season. So for that, I believe if not 101, 102, I think it's between him and Chase.
Okay, but real question is it Kyle Pitts season?
Never again will it be Kyle Pitts season.
At tight end 19, I think it's always Kyle Pitts season.
That's fair.
It's gone so low that there's no risk to it at this point.
Guys, let me announce and introduce some of our ladies tonight that are drafting with us. Keith, welcome to the show.
Keith is not a lady, by the way. That is
Keith is not a lady.
I'm fashionably late though. Apologies. And the way the world works, of course, my computer picked now to do an update that you couldn't power out of or.
So did mine, but I got here.
Well, you're just better than me, Kev. What do you want me to say?
Great
to see you, Erica, Stacey, Kev.
Yes.
This makes me happy seeing the three of you all in the same place again.
I've been looking forward to this all day. Not just because we're drafting, because I've just missed you guys so much.
I've missed you guys too. That's why I jumped on. I was like, I miss our banter.
Angie, guys, I'm going to put all the nice tweets in our chat here. So shout out to Angie, our winner, our champion last season, who gets a whole division named after herself. And
she thought it was so fun last year then.
Yeah, she did. And obviously, if you guys haven't seen it yet, it'll get posted on next Friday when the Angie Hatfield division drafts. Miss Brittany Foxworth made her the most absolute badass graphic that I have ever seen, and I'm so jealous of. So
that's my wife's draft, right?
Is she drafting at night? That Friday night?
I thought so. I need to ask her. I hope she knows. So
we will have to check. What's up, Colby? See all you guys. We got Colby. We got Ann. We got Rachel, Angie, Jamie, Sniper Mel. We got Scampers and Charlene are in here too.
Man, Scamper, Charlene, the gang's all here.
The gang is all here.
Mid-season form already.
That's right. Let me go ahead and tell y'all some of the ladies that are playing and drafting with us tonight.
Can't wait.
In the Beth Mowins division, we have got Julia Papworth. We've got Dawn Tepper. We got Tracy coming in at the 12 spot. We got Bonnie. You know her as Queen Bee on the Twitter machine. We got Ann Dunn, Wendy Early, Jamie Frazier, who I always like to call you Jamie Frazier. Just a little shout out to the Outlander show. We got Steph Miller. We got Melissa Harris. We got our She Talks Football, Kim A. And
I met Kim at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, you did. You met Kim at the Senior Bowl. Kim's fantastic.
So awesome. She was so nice. I had a really lovely time talking to her.
I love all the ladies that are drafting. And thanks to everybody who's drafting tonight and all the rest of the next couple weeks with us. Guys, it's gonna be a good time. A good time. I know Dawn is got a couple things she's got going on, so she is definitely not going to auto draft the entire time. She might be joining us here a little bit later.
Who's this faux Erica?
Faux Erica. Erica Cheris. I hope I'm saying your name right, Erica. I have not met her in person or on Unwind yet.
Fellow Packer fan.
Hell yeah.
Ugh. God, there's enough of y'all already running around.
Agreed.
We got some of the boys in the chat over here. We got Scampers. We got Jamie. What's up, Jamie? We got Nick Hawes over here. We got a lot of people.
Nick.
We got Colby. We got Jorge.
Yeah, Nick.
You mean George?
George. Every
George
time
Edwards?
I put the word George in my like if I text it or something, it changes it automatically to Jorge.
Man.
Automatically.
Jorge.
It's
Sounds
racist.
like stage 5 clinger there.
Oh, look at that, Keith. Kim enjoyed meeting you too, and we didn't have to pay her to say that.
Oh,
That
shot was the Care Berkey.
Oh my God, we have our first rookie off the board. We got Ashton Genty coming in number 5 to our faux Erica. That's kind of mean. We won't call you faux Erica.
She even spells her name the same way,
Right?
Wow.
Okay.
It's uncommon. So
I think you're the first
I gotta
Erica
meet
I
you,
knew to
Erica.
spell it that way. So,
Can I tell you guys an Ashton Genty story from the combine?
of course.
Okay. And Wendy, hopefully Wendy will be able to jump on here in a minute and she will be able to back this up. But so me, Jenny, and Wendy are at the combine. We are I'm gonna drop some names a little bit here. We're hanging out at St. Elmo's, getting a drink at the bar with our lovely friend Miss Stefania Bell. And all of a sudden we look over, and who is it? Who has come in the door? It is Ashton Genty with his agent. And they walk right past us, and he makes eye contact with Wendy and smiles at her. Very pleasant, very sweet smile. And so that
who
was
wouldn't smile at Wendy? I was going to ask you. I thought you were going to say you interviewed him and realized that the mic wasn't working. But
no, that was Mecca Buka and Pat Bryant. That's what I interviewed in the mic. Unfortunately,
Was Wendy taller than him?
Yes, Wendy's taller than everybody.
Absolutely.
Wendy made eye contact. They absolutely did.
Oh God,
so
I hope
you got
so. Yes.
What do you think
yes,
about that?
yes,
Erica?
yes.
Sent you to Chicago. How do we feel?
insider information.
I would be happy. I'd be super happy if he came to Chicago.
Would not
Breaking
be upset
news
at all.
So Keith, since you got here late,
Yes.
I'm just going to ask you what you thought of Brock Bowers going at 109, because I think he should have gone in tight end premium 101 or 102.
I would say
no.
No further than 105. Like seriously, he gets a huge upgrade with Geno Smith at QB, and I mean, he seriously was catching passes from Desmond Ridder and other schmucks last year in Vegas, and they still haven't gone out and got a wide receiver to me of note. So yeah, they're probably going to get one in the draft, I would assume, but it's going to be a rookie. We know typically these rookies take a little while, and I mean, I don't know if he can do the same amount of receptions that he had last year at targets because they were just so freaking many, but I think he's going to score more touchdowns and be more effective because I think their offense is going to be better.
Thanks.
Yeah. I mean, certainly it's going to be pretty condensed.
Erica wanted us to know that her last name is pronounced Sheree, like hip hip Sheree, which is so much fun.
I love it.
She's got that one in the chamber for when anybody goes, how do you pronounce your last name? It's like, oh, I can do this really easily. No, sir, Kevin.
I love it. I love it. We got a little ribbon going on here from Nick Cos over here about Stephanie loving the Boomers at number 3, taking Saquon and Christian McCaffrey, double tapping at running back over there.
I am personally holding her to a higher standard, by the way, Steph Miller.
Steph is going to be on with us here in a little bit. She's going to come on, I think, towards the middle-ish of our draft, towards the end of our draft, talking to us about some of these late round picks, some late round best ball strategy.
Honestly, Steph has been drafting for like the past few months, so I trust whatever she's drafting.
100%.
I'm just going to follow her lead.
She's going upside, right? With the second pick being CMC. I mean, obviously Barkley, I get, but the CMC, I'm a little nervous about how much he plays, if he plays, what happens with him moving forward. the trading of Jordan Mason would make you think that the Niners are either going to address the back in the draft or they feel good about CMC coming back. But we obviously know with, losing Debo and just some of the other issues, I think CMC, if he plays, is going to get fed even more than, potentially did in the first few years in San Francisco.
You know how much Garendo I'm going to draft now, by the way?
Like, there you go. That was the next question I was going to ask.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right here. Here we go. Angie. So our newer Erica, which is a nicer name than faux Erica. I'm so sorry, Erica. Angie said she's super awesome. So she was playing in the Fantasy Alarms Men Smart, Women Smarter, obviously, league that commissions, and she is super sharp. So you girls in this draft better watch out.
Amen to that.
What else we got here? Oh, Bucky Irving going in the 3rd to Ann. I like that with Chase, Jonathan Taylor, and then going another running back there with Bucky. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good Bucky price on George Kittle in this format, by the way, going at the beginning of the 3rd round. When I would say Laporta, I would say McBride probably, like when we're talking about this in like August or September, McBride is probably in this format a 1-2 turn pick. Kittle probably is mainstay in the 2nd, so to get him in the 3rd now is really good.
Yeah, look what he did without, the Niners having some of their weapons last year. And I mean, he was their most effective receiver. We know Brandon Ayuk obviously had a season-ending injury. What kind of, shape he'll be in? No Debo. Like, Kittle could feast and have, potentially his best season in year 9, 10?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that Jaden Daniels pick.
I like that Jaden Daniels pick too. What do we think about JSN? Do we think this is where he's going to start going? Do you think he goes higher than this?
I don't
He's
know.
Going to be a pure volume play. Like the way they've gutted their entire team, it's going to be all volume, much less. I mean, we're talking about Sam Darnold being the quarterback there. You got to figure there's going to be an efficiency decrease from Geno Smith. So this is like almost like.
Would you rather have Neighbors or JSN, Kevin?
Neighbors, 100%. Neighbors should be right after Puka, honestly. So that's where he went is perfect. But yeah, JSN, that's like the Deontay Johnson pick where you were hoping he just like corrals massive amounts of volume, but you have to take him in the 3rd instead of like the 5th round where you got him last year.
Makes sense.
Guys, look who's here to join us. It's
Wendy. Surprise.
What's up, girl?
How's everybody doing? I had to wait till my turn was over and I don't have to go for a while because I can't do all that at once, you guys.
You're not a multitasker?
Well, I am, but that's too much. It's too much, Keith. Hey, so I wanted to hop on and first of all say thank you to Fantasy and Frames for the invite to be in this again this year. I'm so excited. But the big thing I had to tell you guys is Stacey Perez is... I mean, if there was a pedestal big enough for this woman, I would have it because she is a social media machine. I've never seen anything like it at the combine. I was amazed. And not only is she professional and just represented WOFF in the best way possible, she's just a really nice person. And I really had a great time.
Oh, I'm a stoner, Wendy. No acronyms. What was that?
I'm gonna Venmo Wendy for all of that later.
She does have my Venmo.
I do. This is true. Wendy, you're the best.
Was a great time.
On YouTube, really like paid promotion.
Yeah. Wendy, you're the best. I had the best time with you guys at the combine. You and Jenny were amazing, and I'm so glad I got to spend that time with you and just like hanging out, getting to know you guys better. But we couldn't have made it without Wendy. I don't know if you guys know this. Wendy went last year. And thank God she did, because like you kind of shepherded us, through the whole weekend and made sure we didn't look like.
Well, you know what? That's what I do, Stacey.
Well, where were you, Wendy, when her mic was off? And it wasn't.
Oh, that's not on me. That one's not on me. I got her where she needed to be. Her equipment was her problem. Okay,
that's what I was
lucky.
About.
I got to where I was going.
Atta girl.
It was great though. I'm telling you, like we got to go to a local, we got to go to the Indy Fuel hockey game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a great weekend. But I just really wanted to let everybody know that there was a lot more women at the combine this year. And yep, it was something very special. And I even asked Laura Rutledge, who is another new best friend. She's so great. She's so nice.
I hate you so much right now, Wendy.
You know, she noticed it as well. She was so nice. So beautiful, so smart.
I was gonna say, I have such a crush. Oof.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, she's fabulous. I mean, so fabulous.
Settle down,
And
Keith.
so
Settle down.
kind.
I'm sorry. I saw her in Athens one time, and I was just like, "Oh my God, it's one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in person."
Oh, you guys. Okay, you guys talk amongst yourselves because I have to draft next.
Yeah,
after Erica. So I'm looking.
That's
so Wendy.
Do
you want to walk us through the draft real quick? What you've done? You got my boy.
No,
Bijan,
you can't talk to me. You can't talk to me right now. Okay.
We'll ask her afterwards. We'll ask her after her pick.
I'm
over here, who do we have? We got Dawn over here is doing this is like feels like a Stacy draft right here with like the 3 receivers and the tight end, especially since it's Sam Laporta.
I was about to say, yep.
That looks exactly like something I would do. I like Julia's draft too, with CD, Drake London, and then T. Higgins coming up with TJ Hawkinson there. That's really nice. What about you guys? What do you guys think? Which team do you like to build the best for so far?
I mean,
I might be Team Tracy right now. Honestly, HN, Neighbors Hill, but it's auto drafted. I don't know. I'll give her half credit on that. Computer half, Tracy half on that. But as far as, Julia's team looks pretty good too. Tight end premium, you still get Hawkinson, who should be very, you talk about the 3 top targets in a condensed offense like we've seen with the Eagles. Vikings are kind of the same thing, but Hawkinson's much more ingrained in his offense than like Dallas Goedert would be. So I do like that in the 4th.
Yeah, that's nice. I like Team 7 too. It's, with Jefferson, McBride, Karen Williams, and then James Cook. That's kind of dirty. I love it.
Okay, I can talk now, everyone.
Yes. Wendy, walk us through your picks. Your second pick overall is Keith's favorite. I can tell you that right now.
I know, and I adore Ladd. So, and I'm going to be honest with you, I have not drafted Bijan at all in anything, so ever. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go for it just because you do get the, he gets some receptions too. So, and Stephanie stole Saquon from me. She totally sniped me. I knew it was coming too. That girl.
Bijan's going to have a monster year, Wendy. One thing that I'm sure of, Falcons offense is going to be better with Penix as long as he's healthy. And it's teams they stacked the box because they knew that Cousins, after about 3-4 games, couldn't really push it down the field. And I think it wasn't a coincidence. Bijan had huge games down the stretch once Penix took over. I think Robinson could end up being running back number 1 this year, and that has nothing to do with my Falcon homerism because everybody knows. I wish we took Jalen Carter over. So.
He's my RB1, so.
Okay, well, it's not, and I listened to you, Kevin. I was like, oh man, Brock Bowers was just like dangling like a carrot right there. And I'm like, well, first of all, I don't like carrots. I'm not a big carrot fan. So I'm like, well, I don't want to get screwed over like I did with Laporta last year. So I'm like,
come on, how dare you, Wendy? Do not compare the two.
I was just like, I can't do it. And now, of course, I have regrets.
Evan Ingram, brand new Bronco, going to Ann there at number 1 in the 5th round.
I'm very worried about Evan Ingram,
Me too.
from
God,
a season-long perspective. We've seen the Broncos use so many players, like subbing in and out from the wide receivers, tight ends, running backs. They still have all their tight ends. Adam Troutman, Nate Atkins, Lucas Kroll. They have all those guys still, and we know they like to sub in. So if I look at Evan Ingram, who's run like an 88 to 92% snap share the last few seasons in Jacksonville, I think he just gets caught up in that kind of revolving door of tight end where we know Peyton likes to sub guys in and out, and maybe he's the receiving specialist. I mean, he's by far the best option they have when it comes to that, but I can't see him getting any more than like 70% of routes or snaps, and that's really hard to parse for a tight end in the 5th round where you're hoping you get 100 targets out of him, and I don't even know if he gets to 80.
So I love being around Kevin because that's exactly how I feel. I didn't know if that was a hot take, but it's pretty much everything he laid out. And I mean, we know Cortland Sutton is by far the alpha wide receiver. I mean, even Marvin Mims kind of started getting a bigger piece of the pie at the end of the season. And then to his point, like running backs, tight ends, I mean, part of I think the reason why Bo Nix was so effective was they did a good job of not really zoning in on anybody outside of Sutton week to week, and it made it difficult for defenses to figure out who to cover.
Yep.
Yeah. Guys, we have a question for Wendy over here in the chat. So, Wendy, really, we're there. The chat is asking for the rest of the Ashton Genty story from the combine.
Spill the tea.
Feel free. Take it away.
No, there really isn't. Okay, here's what happened. And I understand I don't want to name drop. I'm totally name dropping. So we're having drinks with Stefania Bell, and she says, "Hey, you know what? I got it. I'm standing next to her. I'm 6 feet tall. She's like 5'1". So I'm standing next to her and she walks away and she goes, "I'll be right back." And I'm like, "Hey, you take your time. I'm not going anywhere." I'm at St. Elmo's with Stefania Bell. I'm not leaving. Nope. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll be right here." So she goes to talk to her friend, who is a very large man. And I'm like, okay, this has got to be the guy. So this was the agent of Ashton. At the time, I did not know this, though. So she's, chit-chatting, and he comes around the corner. I'm standing there. Literally, I'm not kidding. I am not making any of this up except the very last part. So, basically, he said he walks by me. He smiles. His teeth have the little ding. He smiles at me. I smile at him.
Wait a minute. They had the what?
His teeth.
I know. I'm just
because it was just so. He was very handsome, very very handsome young man. So he walks by. I smiled at him, and as he walks by, he says, "I'll see you in Chicago." And I said, "Oh, okay." That's the part that didn't really happen, but I'm hoping that it's going.
I swear I heard that. I heard him whispered as it went by.
Yeah, from Wendy.
Yeah.
You just found out where that source is coming from.
So you know what I did? Okay, here's what I did with this. I'm like, you know what? I want to be, when the Bears draft him, I want to be at the draft party. So I bought a ticket to go to Soldier Field and go to the draft party this year. I'm going to the VIP lounge, and I am going to be there when it happens.
You're going to be so disappointed when it's an offensive tackle.
I was about to say,
right.
As a Falcons fan, you could not pay me enough fucking money
Ben
to go to a draft party just to lose my mind.
Drafts the long snapper of your dreams.
No way.
It'll be fun. It's going to be exciting either way because I got to go to the combine and got to see all these guys performing.
Absolutely.
And, so it's going to be super exciting. Get to talk to some other Bears fans, maybe talk to some women that, maybe are starting out in fantasy and get them all over, to X and to whatever platform that everyone's on. Like Stacy is on the TikTok. Okay. The TikTok. I'm calling it the TikTok. I do not tick. And I ain't talking. And I'm like, I need another social media app on my phone. I just don't need that. So I'm just like, you know what? Take it away, girl. And she was like cranking it, those TikTok things out. I'm like, man, she's
have you seen her dances on there? It's amazing.
Stop that, Keith. Don't tell everyone about the dances. They're going to be sorely disappointed.
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope I'm not up. No, I'm not up.
No,
I'm going
you're
to go ahead and get out of here
to
get some more guests in. And thank you so much for having me. And Stacy, it was a pleasure spending that weekend with you. And I hope that we get to hang out at the expo. I get to see everybody at the expo.
I'll be there, Wendy. I'm going to be there this year.
I've heard that story before.
No, that is not true. I've never said I was going before.
Oh, I thought you were going to go last year, and then something came up.
No, I admitted that I couldn't.
Erica, are you going to be coming to see me before that?
I'm not sure at this point, but I will definitely be at the expo, and me and Stacy are actually rooming together. So.
Oh, nice. You know what? Real quick with the expo, Kelly Singh is going to fly into Chicago. I'm going to pick her up. She's going to spend the night at my house, and we're going to drive in together. So it's going to be really great. I know. I can't wait. So I'll see everybody then for sure, if not sooner. So thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Before you go, tell everybody where they can find you.
Well, they can find me
no acronyms.
X at Wendy Early. That's the only place I am. That's it.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us, Wendy. You were the best. Love you so much.
Thank you. All right.
Wendy.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Wendy's
Oh,
amazing.
man.
I love Wendy.
I do too. How dare she gonna call me out? I never said I was going last year. Shots fired.
Hey, well, you're going this year, and that's all that matters.
Right.
Steph
Kev, did I
Miller
tell
redeemed
you?
herself, by the way, with
But-
JSN, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams. In the
I
third
know,
quarter.
right? Yeah.
Like
That's what I was
Adams
gonna
is the
say.
most
All
mispriced.
upside. Yep.
Adams is the most mispriced wide receiver in this entire as far as getting him way lower than he should. Like
Bum for Puka a little bit, but yeah, no, he could have with Stafford.
He should be at a 2-3 turn in this offense.
Completely agree.
I'm just so excited for Devontae over there. I think it's gonna be fun for him.
So, Stacey, did you tell the guys that we officially have good seats to the Braves opener? Hello.
I have not told them yet. Yeah. So Keith used his amazing connections, and we got tickets to the Braves home opener.
Best kind, free ones. So
exactly the best kind of tickets, which are the free ones. So I'm finally getting to check off my bucket list for Braves opening day in the ATL.
That'll be awesome.
With my bestie Keith. I'm so excited.
We're gonna have a blast.
Yeah, we are. It's gonna be amazing. I promise that I won't embarrass. Well, I can't promise that I won't embarrass you. I might.
Yeah, we'll see who embarrasses who. Game on.
Oh my gosh. Guys, this is I'm just having the best time. We're only through like halfway through round 6. Like I'm so happy that we're drafting again and the gang's mostly here.
So can I ask you guys real quick a question?
Yeah.
I'm still last year was the first year doing best ball drafts. You guys are teaching me so much. When you've got rookies that we have no idea where they're going, I have thus far in the ones that I've done it, including them before the draft, I just don't really draft any of them unless it's like the last 2 rounds, because I think you can get a player where you kind of know their role, or at least have a better idea, to where even like the top guys we've seen what these dumb franchises do, where, potentially who drafts Genty could be a team with a good running back. Like we don't know what's going to happen. Would you recommend waiting, or do you like taking the chances on rookies early if they're really talented?
I'm a wait
early.
girl.
I mean, for Genty, that's the best price that you're probably going to get for him at any time in the draft process. I mean, we saw the next rookie go, which is Ted McMillan, but then Amari and Hampton. Like, if those guys land in a great spot, they're going to go rounds. They're going to go in the 3rd or 4th. So you're getting the best price you're going to get on them now, versus especially for like guys later where you don't know what their draft capital is going to be. You don't know what team they're going to land on. So getting a bunch of rookies in like the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, where they can easily be. You're just adding another 5th or 6th rounder if like everything breaks right.
Yeah, I tend to kind of wait on the rookies at least a little bit. Like I don't want to get too overweight on them for me. But, if you do want Genty, that's where you're going to have to take him. So if you want him on one of your teams, you're going to have to take him that early. I'm curious.
Is that something you would agree if you're doing just a few best ball drafts? Because I can understand, like, definitely the thought process. If you're doing a lot, you want to have exposure with a lot of these guys, if they end up going off. But if you're doing a small amount, would that change it? Or would you still?
I think if I was doing a small amount, I'd probably be pretty conservative then with taking rookies, just because you don't know, where they're going. Like I took Marvin Harrison in a draft in this format last year at the 12 or 11, I think. And I definitely regretted my life choices when I did that, even though it was Marvin Harrison.
I guess so. The counterpoint would be if you took like Brock Bowers last year.
Yeah.
I it'd have been like, yes.
Bowers. And that one, like, I think I can't remember where I took him, but I remember taking him and I got him a little bit later. Obviously, like if you want Brock Bowers in a tight end premium, you better take him where Jamie took him, because she's, I think,
I think it's late. And
yeah.
Tight end premium. I really do.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm surprised that he waited that long to go off the board.
Yeah, if you're doing a small amount, like I just say, get the guys you want to have on your team. Like if you're doing like a portfolio and you're doing a bunch of them, like it makes sense to kind of make some measured stands on guys to where you're going to draft. Obviously, the guys that you don't like, you're still going to be drafting even just a little bit.
Right.
Like and it sucked. Saquon Barkley, like I only drafted him a couple times. Because I had,
it's like of all the guys, right, to draft a couple of times last year,
and he buried everybody who didn't draft him. Like Literally
Was it
6 feet
50-something% or
some
more
more.
of the playoff teams I saw for best ball had?
had to be something like that.
Yeah, I didn't take him. I had zero exposure to Saquon Barkley because,
That would be
like
my
Kevin,
luck.
I hate taking running backs that early. And also, again, regretted lots of life choices with my teams last year.
But with a lot of rookies, you kind of know where they're being placed and,
That's fair.
how high they're going to go in drafts. So
Mhm.
I say take your chance on some of them.
Yeah, for sure. Roll the dice on some of these guys.
I think with quarterbacks this year, it's incredibly difficult. So they're all going to go in the double-digit round. Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders. Like there is so much, throwing pickles on the wall and seeing what sticks as far as, where
Can you
any
make
of
that
these
case
guys
for a lot of quarterbacks this year, though?
Erica, I see
outside of-
that look you just gave me. Go watch Billy Madison. and
Throwing
tell me.
pickles.
I think we need to. Yeah, I was going to say we need to dive back into that analogy you just gave there, Kev.
You never seen Billy Madison?
Oh my God.
Keith? The pickles
I mean, I've
on the
seen it, it's
window?
just been
I
a
know all about the pickles.
Thank
I
you.
watched today the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer, and I'm actually now excited because I was very nervous they're going to butcher, it's a cash grab, just or whatever. But the trailer looked pretty good. They had the same music from the original, and he was talking about he needed to find a more PC happy place. I'm in.
Is Happy Gilmore gone woke?
I know that he's playing against real golfers, which is awesome. Like Tiger, Scheffler, like all the top golfers. He's actually like playing against them, I believe, in this one.
Okay. I'm just there for MJF, if we're being honest. Anyway.
Yeah. Do y'all know who MJF is? Probably not.
I have no idea.
He's an AEW.
You'll find out.
He's the best heel maybe in wrestling right now. No offense to John Cena.
All I know is that Travis Kelce is going to be in the Happy Gilmore, right?
Is he in it too?
I think so. I think he's making a.
God, everybody is literally in this movie.
So you're saying I should watch the first one?
Oh,
then-
first of all, any Adam Sandler movie from like 94 to 2000, yes, you should watch numerous times. After that, it gets a little fuzzy, but
dangerous taking Jayden Reed when the Packers signed Nicole Hardman, huh?
Erica taking her first Packer. I love it. Did they really sign Nicole Hardman? Please tell me that's made up.
No, that's all. Kevin
Unfortunately, they did.
Blue Sky post.
Gosh.
I got mansplained twice about Nicole Hardman. It was really nice.
I don't even.
Yet another go Dogs, but maybe one we don't claim quite as much as a lot of the others.
He
Super
won't
Bowl
make the
champion Nicole Hardman?
Huh?
Super Bowl champion Nicole Hardman, right?
Super Bowl champion Nicole Hardman.
Yeah, Super Bowl champion Nicole Hardman.
Caught the winning score in that last 2 years ago.
Tyrone Tracy.
I love Tyrone Tracy.
Ooh.
I would like to know who their quarterback's going to be, but I'm shocked Janu's just now going.
I'm shocked Travis Kelce hasn't gone. Honestly,
I
think this is his last hurrah, don't you guys? So it's like let's leave it all on the field.
Speak of the devil, Travis Kelce.
Some normalcy
like
Beetlejuice.
In the 7th round.
Say Kelsey's name 3 times, he will appear.
Do you promise?
He's still gonna get He's still gonna get a ton of volume.
Erica, I think
does
we know
Taylor
where
come
Stacey
with
was
him
going
if
there.
I say it 3 times? No, I was like, does Taylor come with him if I
He
say it?
loves tight ends.
Oh, so threesome.
Listen, whoa. This isn't the book club podcast, Erica.
Oh, my bad.
It could be. if I learned how to read.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. All right. Who's Jamie going to take? She's got Brock Bowers, AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, Mixon, and Aaron Jones with a George Pickens. Are you guys so pumped to watch the drama with Pickens and DK Metcalf this year? Because I am so here for it.
Throw in Aaron Rodgers, potentially.
Oh
because I can promise you he's not going to convince Pickens or Metcalf to do anything. That would be actually, to me, fascinating. I think they're going to trade Pickens. I really do. I don't know how you think those two can coexist when we know how Pickens is. He wants to be the guy, and you just brought in a guy
Green Bay.
That would be so scary.
Stop it. Why?
God, it'd be so
Why?
scary.
You have a good vibe in Green Bay. I don't like that.
I'm telling you, Pickens is upset because he's had trash quarterbacks throwing to him his entire. Imagine being like a Ferrari and you never get to go more than 35 over speed bumps. Like that's what George Pickens has dealt with his entire career. He is ready to cook. And I'm telling you, dude,
in Green Bay
really
is a
good.
spot where you send malcontents. There's nothing to do in Green Bay but play football. That's where
We didn't have
when
any
in
issues at UGA, to your point. Like
Erica
in
says no.
1996.
No, we don't
In
want the drama.
1990s, okay, Erica Chure. In 1996, when Green Bay needed a jolt in their wide receiver core, they traded for Andre Rison, a noted malcontent.
they signed Brett Favre. They traded for Brett Favre, who had all kinds of issues in Atlanta. That worked out okay for you guys.
To be fair, he didn't have issues until he got done playing.
That's not true.
For the
He was a known drunk partier. He had all kinds of issues in Atlanta. That's why they dealt him.
I don't like to remember that part about Brett Favre.
Okay, well, I'm just saying let's talk. Let's not get fake news on people here. Let's tell the truth. And it's like if you're okay with Brett Favre, I can't believe you're going to say I don't want George Pickens because he's a malcontent or team chemistry or whatever.
Fun fact: Brett Favre was my very first fantasy draft pick ever in my entire life.
Homer.
That was before I became a Packer fan.
You're still a homer. Somehow
so you took a round one QB.
Back in the early, back in the late 1900s, Erica. Yes, that was the thing that we did back then. I don't know that you were born back then at that point yet, but yeah, in the late 1900s, that was the thing that happened. It was quarterbacks went number one overall.
Okay. Yeah, back in the Reconstruction era of this great country, we did take quarterbacks in the first round.
The antebellum era.
Not me. I always took kickers back then. I really took that was back when I took running backs the first like 4 rounds.
Woodrow Wilson signed a bill. It was governmental decree.
That's when you fill up your entire roster with your first picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
you
take
3 quarterbacks, you take 3 running backs, you take 5 wide receivers, all in order.
That is true. Yep. Well, now I'm bottom.
I love that we're getting into our second QBs now for these teams. So like Gina's got Joe Burrow and Bo Nix.
Is it 2 QB or 1?
So this is best ball, so it's a 20-man roster. So you definitely need to take at least 2.
I'm sorry,
I just didn't know if it was a super
second
flex.
ones. No, it's not.
That's what I was at.
Second quarterbacks get pumped up a little bit in best ball, especially on FFPC. Yeah.
So we got Lamar and Jordan Love. That's fun. Ooh, all right. We got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. So Anne, Stephanie, Wendy do not have a quarterback yet. Neither does Julia or Kim.
How concerned are you guys for the Chiefs passing game when, Rice is coming off an injury? He's got legal issues coming up. Now, their other stud young receiver, Xavier, because I was thinking, man, they're going to have Rice, Worthy, Kelsey. He's looking like he's in trouble. Like if they both miss time, that's going to be
better
tough.
try Sky Moore.
I mean, but to your point about Kelsey, right?
Don't
like
start
that
that.
means
Don't
Kelsey
bring that back, Kev.
is targeted even more.
You say that, Stacy, but Sky Moore is literally the next on the depth chart.
I know this. I know this. And he still has one of the coolest names in football, period. Sky with 2 eyes.
And they re-signed what's his name, Kareem Hunt. So like they look like they're still going to go with Pacheco Hunt, which to me it's like y'all need a back. It's interesting what's going on in Kansas City. Well, that's true. It's a good back draft, right?
Get him like Caleb Johnson or something.
CEH. Jorge is loving Julia's draft over here. Let's look at her team. So she's team 8. Started off 3 receivers.
He loves it because she just took Brian Robinson.
Well, come on now. She's got CeeDee Lamb, Drake London, T. Higgins, Hawkinson, goes with a rookie running back here in Marion Hampton. We got Chris Godwin, who how can you not love? We got Travis Kelce, and we got Brian Robinson here in the 8th round.
I love the Baker pick in the 10th by Dawn. Like
Love
to me, Baker is, I think now like borderline top 5 QB, and to get him is like what, the 7th?
Stud. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a QB6, and he doesn't get any of the credit for doing what he did, and now he gets everybody back. Plus,
and she's got Mike Evans.
And he runs a lot now. Like, I mean, he averaged almost 3 points per game just with his legs, which I did not have that on my bingo card last year.
No. She's got Mike Evans too. That's a good time. Ricky Pearsall.
And McMillan. Ooh.
Yeah, oh my God.
Like
Jalen McMillan.
I like that stack.
Little Bucks stack. I love it, Dawn. So if Dawn gets to come on later, we're going to have to ask her how she feels about these picks. And I don't know what team Dawn supports, so maybe she's.
I think she preset her rankings because she got 2 lions, $3. I really do.
Yeah, you can do that. You can preset rankings on this. So I know there were a couple girls that had some things going on a little bit earlier today. So you do have the ability to preset. So even though there are a few auto drafts going on, that doesn't necessarily mean they're just taking the next up at ADP. Matthew Golden. That's a fun rookie pick right here from Anne, and getting him after Tet too. That's nice.
Stacey, I'm so disappointed. Look at who went in the 7th round and the 12th pick, and you didn't even do your little nickname and everything.
Tucker Kraft mac and cheese.
Yeah, there you go. You just didn't say it. I was disappointed.
Tucker Kraft mac and cheese.
Tuck.
Wonder if Steph is eyeing Brock Purdy here.
Ooh,
Jawan.
No!
I mean, it was ordained. It was preordained.
Just
it was preordained. I love it.
Okay, over there.
She's got 2 of my favorite rookies. I got to tell you guys, just vibes based, and not even because he's awesome, but he is awesome. Emeka Ibuka was one of the most pleasant people to talk to at the draft, and that was the one that my microphone wasn't working, unfortunately. But he was just like total pro up there. His answers were just absolutely phenomenal. I have heard that Ohio State does a lot of work with their guys, as far as like press training and everything, but like he looked like a straight up professional and was just, like I said, vibes were immaculate, just so pleasant to talk to, and all of his questions he answered was great. So I walked away, and I think I texted Jorge and I was like, do I love Emeka Ibuka? I think I do.
I don't think he ever beat Michigan though, which is a problem for me.
Well.
I mean,
he's as ready made as it gets as far as
he's really good.
Like he'll slot anywhere, like in Purdue. He's like he reminds me of Terry McLaurin as far as not the archetype, but as a guy who can literally slot into any offense right now and produce.
Oh yeah,
right next to CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That makes me a little sad for him. Sorry.
Who's going to be your backup though? Cooper Rush left. I'm a little sad for you, Erica.
They got rid of Trey Lance too, right?
Oh, I didn't. Well, I guess he was on the last year. Oh, he is still there?
He's still there? Okay.
Maybe it's Trey Lance.
Yeah. The Trey Fargo guy forgot Trey Lance is still there.
Oh my goodness.
What was I missed the end of that? What was the end of it?
Here we go.
Could ever the amount of shit.
That's for the deep Swifties here.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't get it, but okay.
I like Wendy's Travis Etienne pick. He was another one, again, vibes based, was just like super pleasant and had great interviews.
Jaylen Warren.
We got to do it every year. We got to do it every year.
It's
Love it. There goes Dak to Julia.
She took Travis Etienne.
Love it. Oh, Trevor, my bad. I
would feel better about it if she took the other Etienne.
Apparently, Stacey needs glasses. That's what we've learned thus far. At the 43-10.
Lens Crafters, not a sponsor.
Not yet. Not yet a sponsor, Kev. Not yet a sponsor. Lens Crafters, if you're out there, we will happily hawk your product if you want to send it to us.
Jacoby Myers. I mean, for the reasons we talked about with the Raiders, now gets Geno Smith. Myers and Brock Bowers will be this passing offense.
Oh, man. Actually, that's a good point. Geno is a real upside or upgrade for Myers with the routes he runs compared to, Bowers proved he could do it with anybody.
Michael Mayer's on the trade talks about him. They have nothing outside of Trey Tucker, sure, but he's not a target earner. They have no target earning wide receivers. They have like deep threats and like random slot guys. Yep. So it's literally going to be Bowers and Myers.
And they have a lot of areas they need to address in the draft. So it's not like a slam dunk that they're going to be taking, another wide receiver or
I've seen a lot of mocks where the Raiders take Genty. Like, do we think that could happen in the round one?
I would love that for Bowers.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be a good time.
That'd be good.
Oh, Mel got.
He'd have to compete with Zamir White, so we'll see if he earns a start.
Oh my God.
He's like the first feasible landing, like at pick 6. Like Genty going to the Raiders, that's like the first feasible spot for him to go. Like, I don't think he's going to go to Cleveland, Tennessee, Giants, Patriots. Yeah, I don't think none of them are in play for running back. If
you think two QBs will go in the top 5, right, Kev? Or do you think they will fall?
I mean, what? Hunter, Abdul Carter, quarterback.
That's what I was
wild
thinking.
card. Yeah. But not a running back for Jacksonville. So
no. I mean, you get desperate.
What do we think? What position do we think Hunter's going to play, though?
I would rather have a lockdown corner. If I was a franchise and a team, and I would
if he wants to get paid, he can
wide
be a
receiver. You know, like
he can do what Dion did. Yeah, he can have a package of plays at wide receiver, but if he wants to get paid, be a lockdown corner that can also like sub in packages at wide receiver.
It's way more valuable too. We've seen lockdown corners, you know what I'm saying, win Super Bowls a good bit over the last decade. There's not really that many like super alpha wide receivers that have become, you know, I just think that a corner like that is so valuable and he's so good.
What about him as a rookie pick though? Are we drafting him anywhere?
I wouldn't in this format.
I would. I mean, probably not in the 10th, but I think you're still, when he's on the field, oh yeah, defenses know he's going to be there, but they're putting him out there because they want to throw the ball to him. They're not putting him out there to be a decoy and like completely butcher his conditioning. So, I mean, if a team
it's made for somebody who's going to do a small amount of them. Like if I was doing a lot, yeah, I wouldn't, have a problem taking them some, but I just, I probably won't do more than like 4 or 5. I would rather, get somebody else. And again, who knows though? He could end up being a receiver and be the best, rookie receiver in this class.
Yeah. We got Dame Overboard in the chat. We got Will Sniper, Mel. We got Vince also joining us. Again, thanks everybody who's hanging out with us tonight on our inaugural draft of the second season of the women's best ball tournament. Angie has a question for us. Are we going to be posting the draft results somewhere later? Yes, I will be posting a photo of this draft board later following the draft. Don't worry.
How has nobody drafted the wide receiver that I wrote an article about for Fantasy and Frames earlier this week? Because I think Christian Kirk.
Oh,
the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
Did CJ Stroud remind you?
Do what?
No,
I was thinking about it even before I saw that because it's what I wrote in the article. He can do, I think, everything they wanted Diggs to do without, complaining about how much volume he gets. Their new OC is a McVay disciple. We know how they use slot receivers. He's going to be in the slot the most, and it helps having Nico Collins on the outside. And I think Stroud's going to have a bounce back here. I think so much of it was just really bad play calling and just an offensive game plan last year. I didn't love it.
I mean, they fired PFF Bobby, and that he was just addicted to running the ball, like to the detriment of the passing game. And not only that, they have no depth outside of Nico and Christian Kirk right now. I mean, Dalton Schultz isn't like he's like a tweener as far as like target earning, but like Xavier Hutchinson. Oh, there you go. Kirk just went. But
wide receiver Xavier Hutchinson, I think that's a steal.
Mechie, like those guys aren't gonna challenge Kirk.
Mechie, yeah. Erica, what do you think about Javonte Williams in Dallas now? Meh.
I'm just so mad at Dallas for not spending any money. Like,
you got Javonte Williams.
Not pay any? How do you not pay anyone? Nobody.
Unfortunately, not 2021 Javonte Williams.
No.
I was excited about him when he first came in the league. I was really wrong, but I was very excited.
That's tough. I mean, and now Rico is over in Carolina, which is weird.
That pisses me off.
Yeah, I don't like that for Chuba.
Me neither. I still think he's the alpha, but I just think that means that they don't plan to use him exactly like they did last year, where he was like one of the heaviest volume guys in the league.
Totally. And then
Chuba's
what does that mean for
fine.
Jonathan Brooks? Like that must mean that they're worried about him not playing for a while again, right?
I think they said when he got injured last year,
for-
was a good. Yeah, he's out for this year, right?
Oh, this whole year.
Yeah,
I didn't know
he's
it was this entire
likely
year.
not playing 2025.
Wow. So him and Tank Dell both going to be out the entire year. That's
what happens unfortunately, when you get injured really late in the season.
Yeah.
Well, Tank Dell's like an outside shot. It's probably dependent on what Houston's doing, like in the standings. But
ACL, MCL,
Brooks for sure.
LCL.
Yeah.
Because I thought that I heard that he had that first surgery, and then I could have sworn that I heard that he just had the other surgery just recently. So that's why I was thinking that he might just be done for the entire year. But
I like that.
I mean,
that just happened too.
maybe
In a
a
tight end premium.
waiver ad for the waiver show. God, I hope not.
Seriously, likely in a tight end premium best ball, like I love it. If you look last year, he was feast or famine, but in this format, and you have Trey McBride,
Look
that's
at that.
a very
Gina.
good thing. I love it.
Woo!
It's a
Gina,
really
Trey
good
McBride,
pick.
Johnny Smith, Isaiah Likely. That is filthy.
Yep.
That's a Stacy draft.
That's
That
a Keith draft and Scott Fishbowl
yeah.
last year. Well, Kevin too. We actually had basically the same roster last year.
We did. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. So we're in round 11. Ooh. 2 rookie QB, 3 rookie. Julia going ham on those rookie running backs.
Well, she drafted Travis Kelce, so she has to lower the average age of the team, taking Scatterbo and Sampson.
A little surprised we were at only tight end 18 in the 11th round, and we've had 54 receivers. And like again, I didn't really know what I was doing in Scott Fishbowl last year. I'm not gonna lie, but I took all those tight ends and it ended up being great for me because they literally win my flex most weeks. Because if they go off, it's such a big difference when you're getting 1.5 points, for every reception. Especially tight ends now will catch 6-7 balls. Like that's not unusual like it used to be, even the ones that aren't that great.
Yeah.
Talk us into Michael Penix. Oh, sorry, Kev.
No, go ahead.
Keith, talk me into Michael Penix. Go for it.
I mean, I'm excited. The only concern I have about Penix is can he stay healthy? Because it's funny how Falcons fans are just glossing over the fact that he's had extensive injury history. And that's why if we end up like trading Cousins or releasing him, I'm going to be pissed because we're already in for $90 million. It's $10 million to keep him. That's a really good backup. And again, Penix, I just know if we end up getting rid of Cousins, he's going to get hurt. But if he stays healthy, I really do like him. I like Zach Robinson. Obviously, I think Drake London and, Bijan are super talented guys. We saw Mooney be much better than even I expected last year. If they can get anything from freaking Kyle Pitts, I think this offense could be very, very good. Like what we saw from the early weeks of, the Kirk Cousins Falcons. Not the late ones.
Looking at there's like so I'm looking at the free agent wide receivers, and there are 3 that obviously stick out for different reasons: Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, Amari Cooper. Like you got to figure a half a season of Stephon Diggs is certainly worth at least a 12th round pick, right? Like
I agree.
And Cooper and Allen, depending on where they land, like I would rather take the shot on either of them than Hollywood Brown or I mean, I'm trying to look through Luther Burden maybe, but this is about where they should go, honestly.
Yeah.
I really think that Keenan Allen is a guy that wherever he goes, he puts up numbers. And again, in a best ball format where he's a guy, it seems no matter where he's playing or how many games he misses, to have at least 3, 4, 9, reception or more games. Like he's going to have a few big games. I feel like just about anywhere he ends up. PPR monster.
I want to know, who do we think Steph is going to take for her first tight end? Who is left on the board?
I mean, you could go right the other. Andrew's still out there, right?
Taysom.
Brent Strange.
Oh no, Andrew's went.
Ooh,
I'm sorry.
Brent
That
Strange.
one potential one.
Who's the Seahawks tight end?
Fant.
That's my boy.
Fant.
Justin Fields. Ooh, that's
a great pick too.
Yes, it is.
That's a perfect quarterback room.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
exactly what you want. A steady hand and a guy that can go bananas.
Yep.
Got a little oh.
Oh,
We
Komet
got
too.
a guess over here. We got a Komet
Mhm.
guess. We got a Bretton Strange. Oh, we got a Stone Smart vote over here. So many good tight ends left.
If you like dust balls, Zach Ertz is.
I like Barner
Ouch.
and Sanders,
We're
who are
talking about
both out there.
Sanders.
Jatavian Sanders for
That's true.
the Panthers, and I really like Barner in Seattle. If you look what he did down the stretch, and we know that Barner will target tight ends. So I do like what there goes Sanders, who huge upside. Dude's like still 22 years old.
You know who had a really good combine was Mason Taylor, Jason Taylor's son.
What position does he play?
Tight end.
He went up. I think he got drafted already, right?
Wait, hold on. Mason Taylor?
Go up.
There's been a few rookie tight ends.
No.
Yeah, Colston. Loveland.
Yeah, and Warren got drafted, obviously.
Taylor Warren.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody better draft my boy Rondé Gadsden. That's all I'm going to say.
I like Elijah Arroyo too from Miami. Oh, there we go, Garendo. Garendo season, baby.
He might be like the zero RB like pick du jour. Like I think he's going to be in that first tier of zero RB guys. Like I think Ray Davis is right up there too. So is Zach Charbonnet. Yeah, I think Algier is like the perfect contingent back. Something happens to Bijan. Like Garendo's going to be right up there. He has to be.
I mean, he was going in the 20th round last year.
Yeah.
I feel like 13th is still a value for him. Like
Are you guys as high on Najee Harris as I am this year in the Chargers offense? Like I think that's a better fit than the guys they had last year. I don't love it, but he's had at least 1,000 yards each season. If he gets the goal line work, which I think he will, I think he could have a pretty big year.
Keith, I thought you were going to stop. Oh, sorry, Kev.
I'm just gonna say full normie take, like who is challenging Najee Harris at all? Not Kamani Vidal, not like anybody. They're probably gonna draft somebody. I mean, just because they have to. But like Najee Harris is so inefficient, but like raw carries, like
there it is.
Oh, Zach Ertz, there you go.
Oh man, that was definitely the guy.
That's fun.
But yeah, Najee Harris is a good pick there, honestly, if you're trying to just hunt volume.
I like that. We got a question over here from Will. He wants to know who's the better cuff, Garendo or Rashad White, who I don't even think he's gone yet, right?
I would rather have Garendo. Again, we don't know CMC status. I think Bucky Irvin is an absolute stud. And again, I think they're still going to play White, but I just think Bucky's so good that it's more likely that we see CMC, miss multiple games, unless obviously Bucky gets an unfortunate injury.
Yeah. All right, guys. We got Steph Miller jumping in, and she is about to tell Kevin why he's so wrong about Zach Ertz. What's up, Steph?
I call him a dust ball. That's all I just did.
He's a total dust ball. Like, I'm not defending that. But he's a dust ball that they love.
Right. And that's what matters. That's
a warm blanket.
He catches touchdowns, and I waited on tight end here, and these people have gone fast and furious. I mean, these have gone early, even for best ball tight end premium standards. A lot of them.
Right. You were also killing this draft. Your first 7 picks.
Yeah.
And then to get the 2 QBs that you did with waiting, it's this roster, and then again getting Ertz in the 13th. This is an impressive squad.
Thank you.
Great.
But you're a professional, as we say, so no surprise.
I mean, how much professional? I do draft a ton of teams on Underdog, and probably about 100 teams deep right now. So but this is a totally different animal of a tight end premium. It changes it a lot, and then plus, every site has their own, ADP and stuff, and so FFPC definitely changes. Some of the starting positions are a little different, that your starting lineup and stuff like that. So you do have to change strategy a little bit, when you go format to format. So
Steph, I have a question for you. This is totally one first comment and then question. One comment is this is completely, again, vibe space. Travion Henderson had like one of the best smiles at the combine. Just so pleasant. So pleasant. Also, two, question. Since we talked about this a little bit earlier, how do you feel about taking rookies in a draft like this when the draft hasn't actually even happened yet?
Well, I mean, that's where you're going to get the values. Cause I mean, that's what you're trying to do is you're playing for upside in these, you're trying to win a tournament, so you're going to have to take a chance because you're trying to predict things. You're trying to predict who you think is going to, have a good draft capital and a good landing spot. And, there's some guys, some of the earlier rookies are fairly safe in this. I mean, like there's some, especially some of those early running backs like Ashton Genty, like he's going to be a workhorse somewhere. I mean, unless he would have to get a really bad landing spot. I mean, he's very talented. He would overtake, even if he did land somewhere where there was a starter, he'd probably overtake most of them. But I mean, there's a good chance that he's just going to hit the ground running. So he's not going to feel like a rookie. And I'd say the same thing with like Marion Hampton's probably going to be another guy that's going to have an immediate huge role. Past that, some of the receivers we hear it's not the strongest class, might be a little scary, but we're expecting, 2 tight ends to go in the first round that are pretty talented. So, I mean, there's a lot of rookies here that could, really make noise. And that's what you want is to get that huge upside. And it's okay sometimes too, if guys start a little slow. These contests, towards the end, you could come on because, this is best ball. We don't have to know when to start them either. So you can have, you can layer your rosters in ways where you have guys that are maybe a little older that, you have that steady production and then the upside of the rookies when they do start to come on that you can hit the ceiling. And that's how you're really going to build a super squad.
Super Were you set on taking Barkley at 103? Like, because I was talking, we were talking about with Brock Bowers, how if I had the 101,
that's who I wanted.
You're saying draft day vibes?
Kev? I thought I was going to draft him. I don't know.
No matter what.
I was going to take Bowers. I planned on that coming in. I was the same thing, but then I wasn't expecting Barkley to fall because he usually always goes at 2. And then I was like, crap.
Right.
I can't let my past biases. And then I was like, okay, I'll hit receiver. Then I was hoping after I did that, I was hoping that McBride fell, which that didn't happen. Then I was like, I was hoping for AJ Brown or London or Ladd, and that didn't happen. Christian McCaffrey is not normally still on the board. He does scare me a little bit, but that's late for him. We've seen what he does. Obviously, in these, you can't play the downside of what if he's not healthy. You just have to say, well, what if he is healthy? Yeah. What if he does play? When he's on the field, you see what he does. And then to have the top 2 running backs, that can just, be an insane advantage there. Then, I stopped taking running back for a while because now those guys are going to fill those spots. What are the odds of somebody else? So I don't need to start taking a whole bunch of other running backs. I could take some guys later, probably. I did take Travion because he, again, I felt was a big value there and fell. So I kind of couldn't help myself. But other than that, I was pretty happy, waiting on the position and then just hammering some wide receiver in there. And I always stack. So, I know you guys predicted you said Purdy with the lag right as I already clicked him. So, yeah, that I usually tend to try to stack up my teams in these kind of contests as well. Less things you have to get right.
I love the Juwan Jennings pick in the 7th round. I think that's fantastic.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, love that one. Stephon Diggs goes. Who took Diggs? All right, Jamie. Where do we think Diggs lands? Because I saw that he put all of his Buffalo stuff back on his social media. Does that mean anything?
He looks desperate.
Do they need another damn wide receiver at this point?
It's like you're not going to be happy. They say sometimes going home is not the answer. I think that's definitely the case for Stephon. Throw me the ball a million times, Diggs.
I don't know where he could land. Like, I thought he would be like I mean, so Baltimore signed DeAndre Hopkins. I thought Baltimore is where old receivers go to die, it seems like. So that was like a perfect landing spot for him. But now I have no idea.
This is true.
And they were at Keenan. So there's 2 of the 3.
Yeah, there he goes. All right. So who else? We got Amari Cooper. Somebody take Amari Cooper in this round. Just to
all the old guys.
Yeah.
Amari might be done, guys. Like, seriously, he was not looking great. And I mean, I say that with love because I did love him on the Cowboys, but and I'm on the clock here. Well, I feel the pressure, so I am going to cave, and I can't just take guys I want to take because otherwise this room is not going to let me have a tight end at all. So I guess I'm going to take Dalton Schultz here, which again, I feel very dusty. But hey, I got to do what I got to do, and this is tight end premium. So
that's not. I mean,
well, maybe. I mean, they did kind of try to replace him, and there's no Tank Dell, so there's a good chance he's still going to get production. He was going way earlier last year, but we had a different opinion. But
well, who's left right now for tight end? Because I just have.
I mean, I don't want to talk too much. I mean, I do
Barner, man,
late guys
in Seattle
to maybe hit, but
just double tap Schultz and Kate Stover and call it a day.
Okay, no, we're not doing that type of handcuff on the Texas. That
Dawson Knox.
Sorry, I live for chaos.
Kevin is
well. We can join another draft after this if you want to do that, and give me some players.
Do it.
So, how are you feeling right now about the Cowboys stuff?
Oh, not good. I mean, it's like every deal that goes through, it's just like, why did Jerry not do something smart? It's like when you saw the price, first of all, it's like you saw the price that we pay for Javonte Williams, and then it's like we let Rico Dowdle go. He was so much more productive. Why not just keep Rico? Then you see what the Vikings got Jordan Mason for, and it's like, oh, you could have gotten basically an actual 25, 26-year-old guy that's not injured for dirt cheap that could have actually contributed to. I mean, it's just like, I don't know what these GMs are doing, but it's nothing smart.
Jerry was practicing his acting. He had to make his debut on Landman. So, I mean, give him a break.
If you can't get on the field for the Panthers, who are not a good team last year, why do we keep taking their leftovers?
It's Joe.
It's like first Mingo, then Sanders. It's just like, oh my, like Sanders. I mean, does he have anything left? Like, I mean, I get that it's probably just depth and they're going to draft people, but come on.
It wasn't great for him. You are up again. Amari Cooper goes to Ann in the 15th.
There you go. Also, they couldn't do what you asked.
I know, Ann.
They had to be rebels and do it. And she could have done it and take him in the 14th if she's going to do that. Just to.
I know.
I'm going to take a fun rookie here. If you watched Tootin at the Combine, he was pretty much stole the show. He was ridiculously fast. He jumped far. He jumped high. He did a lot to help his draft stock. I mean, in drafts I do, he's been going around like 11 or 12. So to get him here feels pretty good.
Kev, what's the over under on how many times I mispronounce his name?
It's 2 to 10.
I'm
talking about the first one.
That's what we have now. Bashal.
Yeah. At least 10.
Well, that ain't gonna help Keith. Trust me. I'm gonna set the over under.
You can tell me. It doesn't mean I'm gonna learn how to, say it correctly. It's a speech impediment.
And Luke Musgrave ruins our rookie running back run that we had going.
It was fun though while it lasted.
It was fun. I like Devin Neal. Devin Neal was somebody I got to talk to at the Combine, and he was just an absolute delight.
Is there anybody that you didn't like? That's who I wanted to know. Was there anybody like, God, that guy's a dick?
I don't like to be negative. I'll tell you off there.
Okay.
Stacey's trying to network here.
That's fair. I'll wait till we have our next one conversation.
Stacey is state media.
Yeah, I like to be positive about people. I'll tell you offline though who I didn't.
Oh wait, who took my boy?
Ollie?
Yeah, who took it? Who took him?
Gina.
I mean, I was taking Ollie early. I'm a little worried about him. I mean, he didn't have the best showing, and his stock fell from. But I mean, if you look at his 23 tape, it was great. 24 tape, not as good.
Well, the whole
Supposedly
team
there was
sucked in
an injury
24.
there. Yeah, I was hoping he did more at the combine, to help
Agreed.
and to give us a little bit more. I do still draft him. He's not off my board, but I have slowed down because I was pretty bullish on him before.
I thought that was a pretty good joke by Vince, by the way.
Vince, that was great. To be fair, Musgrave ruins a lot of things.
Speaking of Musgrave, speaking of Packers, there is still a 2024 top target out there that happened to lead the Packers in targets last year.
Ooh, I know it is.
Tell Erica, go get you another Packer girl.
I know. I mean, targets
His
not
name
catches,
rhymes
right?
with a Mel Academy
Targets not catches.
with an S.
I mean, look, it's never too late for Dontavian.
Oh wait, or is it? Somebody else is still on the board, probably. Okay.
Noah Gray. There we go. That's fun.
Oh, there's Okonkwo. I kind of like that.
Nobody's going to take Elijah Rojo yet. Come on, guys. You had Trey here. Yeah.
You're not drafting.
Disregard.
Oh.
Ooh, Quinn. I don't know about that one.
Apparently, people think that just because you have an elite tight end doesn't mean you need to stop there. You do still need to fill out the rest of your roster. So that's the thing in tight end premium. Sometimes, the elite guys are way more valuable, but sometimes those mid guys really get pushed up. It's like just because, even if you don't get that many catches, that's not going to help that much, So
I don't know. Me taking Likely and Janu Smith last year in the mid.
Well, Janu Smith was great, and I think he's still a very good pick. I mean, Likely's gonna be dependent. He had a good first game, but he had a lot of duds in there too. And I mean, now assuming that maybe I don't think they're gonna get rid of 15 points or more in like 8 games about it.
Well, it was spread out though.
He was boomer bust. That's what you
spread
want.
Out.
Ball.
But I mean, but the thing is now, but he's priced a lot higher than he should. I do think I like Jonnu and I like Njoku where they go. I think they're good picks. I do think Likely's a little overpriced, but a lot of it is I think that Andrews is coming back. I know there's possible rhetoric about them getting rid of him. I think that's pretty slim to none. He was injured last year. I think they still like him. I mean, they're not phasing him out. So it's hard whenever you don't have that full-time role to still, as a tight end, we want to see them get more routes. And now if I do think he's a talented player, and if he did get that full-time role, then he would be priced appropriately if Andrews was gone. But with them both there, I think he's a little bit expensive still.
Yeah. Yeah, you can be as talented as you want, but if that's not we don't count him. He doesn't.
It was the other one. Okay, it was the one I was thinking of. Then I didn't even realize he was still on the board. Yeah. I know ball. I
forgot he existed.
Well, that was why I made sure we said targets and not catches.
But for Likely, you can be as talented as you want to be, but if the team if you don't run routes, you're useless.
He was tight end 16 last year.
Okay, on the strength of what? What percentage of his fantasy scoring was his week 1? Probably 30%. If we're being totally, I don't have it in front of me, but
there we go.
I would assume
there he is.
Has to be pretty high.
Is that? Yeah. Melissa.
Oh, there's probably a lag. I saw it go.
26 out of 123 points.
46 out of 123.
You guys
26 out of 123 or 123.7.
Now the only Packers she's gonna have is Jaden Reed.
Well, he could give me Nicole Hardman.
Fair.
Yeah, stop. It could be worse. Dallas could have signed Nicole Hardman.
Oh, Erica, we are hope we are not scaring you away. We're just messing around with you.
Are we?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kevin?
I don't know.
All right.
Well,
I do know
let
my
the people
next.
decide.
Oh no. Snipe me, why don't you? Wow. Okay.
Right.
I didn't see that coming. So that
Erica, this is how she's taking out her vengeance because she didn't get dubs or wicks.
Wow. Okay.
She's like, screw the rest of you guys.
Love that. I didn't see that coming. I was not prepared there. So I guess because I do want 3 quarterbacks in this, I'm going to go ahead and take Shador.
Ooh, fun.
Even though I wanted Darnold because he made sense with my staff. So we
Throw
will
into
have to
Malik
figure
Neighbors.
out
That's
where
what you want. Because I kind of like that.
Do you think he goes to the Giants?
I do.
Yeah, I just don't have a Giant right now. So
No,
I do
know,
think that
but
seems to be
still out
the
there.
most likely. That does seem to
Well,
be right now, unless they sign Rodgers or somebody.
Oh, that would be
Pretty likely.
awful.
Yeah.
Good thing there's about 1,000 Giants you can draft the next 4 rounds.
Theo
Yes,
Johnson.
there are several.
Darius
Guys,
Slayton.
Guys, let's not say names though.
I was kidding on that.
I never kid, Stacy.
That's not true, Keith.
Definitely not true.
That is definitely not true.
Hey, look, those late round stacks. I mean, so Mario Douglas wasn't like super great, but I guess if you really want to do like Drake May and the Patriots
Ooh,
stacks,
yeah.
like
Drake May's still out there. That'd be fun. Right?
No, he's not. Yeah,
I
he's
No,
not.
May's gone, but
No,
Oh
May's
my
gone.
God. I was
There he
like,
is.
there's no way I took him over May. Come on.
I was gonna say I didn't catch him going.
Steph was gonna have an existential crisis.
I was like, I'm like, I'm gonna get fired from my job if I don't take Drake May. And he was on the board of no.
Hey Pat, let me
Yeah,
go tell you what I
yeah,
saw.
please let's not go tell Pat Corain that he's like, you are no longer allowed to help me with rankings, Steph. Sorry.
There's Trevor Etienne. Finally,
there he is.
Finally.
I'm sorry seeing the Derek Carr selection. I saw a tweet today where Alvin Kamara tweeted that something exciting was coming, soon, and somebody retweeted it with a news bulletin that said Derek Carr released by the Saints, and I was just like, man, I love the internet sometimes. I really do.
That's awful. But hilarious. Elijah Rojo, there we go.
Juwan, that's a good pick.
Juwan Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean, he's again. Since I waited late, I do like a lot of these rookie tight ends, but I need guys that I think are going to get. I know are going to get production because tight ends could take a while to develop too. So not having a real strong room, I didn't want to just take a bunch of rookies. I want to get guys that I think are going to have a role. And I mean, we saw, as long as now that we know that Carr's the quarterback, him and Johnson had a good connection and they use him in the red zone quite a bit. So that's all you can really hope for at this point is getting touchdowns from your tight ends.
Yeah.
And hopefully the rest of my team is really strong, I feel like, at all the other positions. So I can dominate there and then, just do enough at the tight end.
Stacy, when did the Swiss Army knife go?
Do you mean Marshawn Lloyd?
No, I mean Taysom Hill, of course.
Taysom Hill. Is Taysom Hill gone? No.
He's still there.
No.
He's still there. I don't see him on here. I thought you meant Erica's fantastic pick of Marshawn Lloyd because I still have faith from last year. Fingers crossed.
I mean, I get that. I'm okay with that.
I want that to happen. I took so much Marshawn Lloyd last year.
That's not going to make that from
Yeah.
last year any better, but
It's not. It's not.
I hope he's good.
I just want him to
for you.
pull through. Who else we got? All right. We are in round 17. We're doing a terrible job of narrating this draft.
You're doing a terrible job. You're the
that's
host.
true. This is fair. Nick Chubb.
Stacy.
Keith.
Kev gave me the nickname.
I'll think of one
What'd
for
I
you.
do?
I don't have one for you yet.
Care Bear Keith.
Care Bear Keith.
That's what Jorge and them have been calling me on the wrestling show.
Oh, I was gonna say
Oh.
I didn't see anything.
Care Bear Keith. I don't know that I like that.
I hate it,
Care Bear
but
Stare?
you know,
Is that why?
they find it funny. I don't know.
Care Bear Stare.
I saw Care Bear in Target the other day in the toy
Yes, I
section. I went, they still sell these things?
What?
That's a fact.
I didn't know they still
I
make
almost
those.
got one for my niece.
Yeah, Chad. Some of these players would not be on the board if I didn't have to take tight ends because the room was going to lock me out. Trust me. That's why I keep waiting. It's like I had to force myself and not even look at who was there. I know that there's some really good players that
The
normally
hyphenated king, Stacy.
aren't there.
Westbrook Akine. Love it. Maybe you'll get another
Like-
7, 8, 9 weeks in a row of touchdowns from
I
him.
do like that Tillman pick that late.
That Cedric Tillman pick is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's a nice pick.
And to answer your question, there are 5 divisions, meaning that we have 6 women, 6-0, playing in our tournament, which is a huge bump from last year. We had 36. So very excited to add 2 more divisions this year. And next year, hopefully we can add some more.
Who won last year?
Angie Hatfield won last year, which is why she gets the Angie Hatfield.
I'm sure she's super excited. So it's another 24 suckers she can beat this year is what she's thinking.
Angie is going to draft on Friday, the 28th at 10 p.m. because that's our West Coast League. So we're going to be out there 10 o'clock for all of you night owls. Come hang out with us then. We have got drafts tomorrow night is the Sarah Thomas Division first NFL female ref. You guys know, and that's going to be 8:30 Eastern time. Also right here on Fantasy and Frames. We've got a Saturday matinee for you at 4 o'clock. That is the Nicole Lynn Division. If you don't know who she is, go look her up. She's a badass NFL agent. She reps Jalen Hurts, Myles Garrett, all those guys, plus a bajillion others. That is
ask her if I can borrow some money.
Seriously, that is going to be Saturday, the 22nd at 4. Erica and Monica are in that draft. I'm in that draft.
Hey,
we got our UK girls are coming to hang out
Monica.
with us. We got Hannah and Poppy. So we're gonna have a good time there. We got Friday, like I said, Friday the 28th at 10 is Angie's draft, and then on Sunday the 30th is our last draft, which is the Kay Adams draft, and that is at 7 p.m. on a Sunday evening. So make sure to come hang out with all of us. There goes Taysom Hill.
No talking about players till it's my turn.
We can.
I thought he had gone. Honestly, that was why.
I know who I'm taking. No, I don't find that's fine. I know for my next 2 picks, and then my 20th will be fine because that's more just a fun one. But I'm like, I got 2 more that I need, and then 1 more I want.
There's 2.5 rounds left, and I have like 12 zero RB guys that I would.
I have so many guys. So. Oh yeah. No, trust me, I'm right there with you. But again,
like
I need to take what I need first.
Right now, as far as like, yeah,
we like a lot of the same people. I already know. I mean, we're in Discords together and stuff. I'm sure
we're ideological.
Yes, we're very similar drafters.
Speaking of Discords, Fantasy and Frames, we switched over. We put up a Discord. It's out there. So if you guys want to join the Discord.
Yeah, I shared the link yesterday. It literally started 2 days ago. So, I mean, you will
tell people about Discord. I can't stand anything else that's going to give me one more notification on my phone.
You can turn off the notifications on anything. You can realize that.
Thank you. Wait, am I on the clock? Did I make it?
Yes, you are on the clock.
Discord's awesome.
One of my things is telling me I'm on the clock and one is telling me I'm not. Okay.
We have one for Fantasy 6-pack.
49 seconds.
It'll be sections, categories. There'll be general topics.
Trust me, I knew who I wanted. I was not waiting.
I would rather draft his dad, but that's
he was.
Would you rather draft or sleep with him?
Whoa!
Wrong podcast.
Wrong podcast.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry, book club. I forgot.
He was great though. He didn't run, but if you saw him in the gauntlet, I mean, he had some of the best hands around, and he's one of the more complete tight ends. Arroyo I like as well, but he's more just an oversized receiver. I mean, Mason Taylor's got a little bit more the whole package, and then he's also got the lineage, obviously. He's a Nepo baby.
It's 6 to 10. Okay, I hope the kids.
And I mean, the fact that he's there and he could easily, go before Arroyo. Both of them are neck and neck probably in the draft right now. I do take both of them quite a lot. So I'm happy getting 4 tight ends when I wait in this format till late. I think that's the way to do it since it's tight end premium.
Love it.
And then I have another player I really like that I'm hoping makes it to me. And then there's so many players I like, actually. I mean, this is just kind of where at this point, I'm just going to have fun with the rookies probably.
We got 2 rounds left, guys, going in the 19th round. Anne is on the clock with the 19th pick. Let's see who's
honking the horn.
Jaden Blue. God, that's a fun name too. We got a lot of good names in this.
Jaden Blue.
Yeah, he was fast. He's a fast one.
So, man, she's also got Matthew Golden also. So, and like some quick.
Yeah.
For sure.
No comment.
That's not at
No
all.
I was
comment.
like,
Not at
all
all
I know
like
is you said not book club, so I was gonna be good and not go
Yeah.
there.
But that was book club chat. So sorry, Ann.
Okay,
Wham,
good.
bam, thank you, ma'am.
All right.
I'm just
So
being
I'm gonna
good.
take-
I'm just staying in my lane.
I'm gonna take a
For once.
running back as well and follow the.
Ann's got to get her
Follow the-
Longhorns.
The green
So is
road.
that what you thought I was gonna do, Kevin?
I mean, just getting rookies now that are basically scratch offs as
Mhm.
that had good combines. Like that's the cheat code. That's why you take all the rookies now, is you're basically getting rounds of value when they're like slept on.
Mm-hmm.
And with her Longhorns, it's hopefully no other Longhorns are suspended this season.
Are they
I
suspended?
hope they're all suspended, but
Oh my goodness.
I mean, Xavier Worthy.
they're in the SEC now. Sorry, I have to hate you.
Higgins. I don't know anything about college football. I don't watch college.
Sorry,
football.
Kim. Kim sent me a message. Says you sniped me so much.
Jordan James. I talked to him too. He was nice. They're all nice. Again, everybody was nice. Wandale. Oh, there went your giant stack stuff.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll just
You'll
pretend
figure it
that
out.
one of these rookies goes wherever the quarterback goes, and it will work itself out.
Stephanie, you're in trouble. Wendy says she's never talking to you again.
Oh no! What did I do? Everybody's mad at me. I'm getting all sorts of messages. No.
Amber's wants to know if Josh Gordon's still available. I'm sure you can probably find him in there.
He might not even be in the player pool anymore.
Maybe. I mean, I think you might be surprised. Where's Russ going? No.
To the unemployment line after he gets cut.
Yeah, I was like with Rogers to. I don't know. I feel like Russ might get a job before Rogers, though. Who knows? We'll see. He'd just be like maybe a little more tolerable to deal with, but that's neither here nor there.
That's Jackson
They're
Dart.
pretty
Finally.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I was like, I would have waited on Shador if I knew it's going to last that long.
Sorry.
But
Right.
Love it.
But I thought I was going to get locked out for sure because I didn't want to draft Russ or.
Who's older, Flacco or Rogers?
Tyler Shuck.
no.
Oh, sorry.
That is the right answer right there. That is the correct answer. He keeps getting talked up. I'm like, oh my god, like I get it, but and then I saw guys like talk about, oh well, he could sit a year. I'm like, do you realize how old he is? Would he be sit a year? Like,
Right.
if he's not
already
ready
has
now,
his NFL
he's never going to be
pension.
ready.
Here we go. Here we go. Who's drafting Hendon Hooker? Vince wants to know.
Who's not?
Right? I mean, 20th round here. Might as well. We got
Let's do another 15 rounds. Let's go.
Is it Beck?
Oh, I could go.
How do you pronounce it?
It's Besh.
Besh.
It is Besh. Yes.
Yep. Jalen Royals is going to get cool name syndrome and be overdrafted.
I mean, that is
so now we see the run. Now they're taking it.
Here we go. You're in trouble, Steph. Guys, we are coming up at the end of the draft. This is 20 rounds.
Hey, I am definitely not the one that sniped the tight ends. I had to like scramble myself to get a tight end.
Besh ball. Nice, Vince.
I like it.
Very nice. I mean, I feel like that has to be who took him. They've got to change their name to that. Jamie, your team name is now Besh ball. I don't
Don't
make
tell her what to do.
There's a name that has been drafted.
So bossy.
That hasn't been
Stacey,
drafted.
God.
I'm actually kind of surprised he hasn't been. And I don't know if
Yeah,
he's going to be.
and he's in my queue probably. So let's not say anything because I'm
I'm
surprised.
not.
I will. Tell me who to say.
There's a lot. Well, it depends because there's guys that actually probably go slightly earlier, maybe, but
He's a veteran. He's not a
or at the
rookie.
upside. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm not really looking at them
Right.
at this point because I have a pretty
I'll put it in
strong.
the-
Yeah, there's a
I'll
few
put it in the private
veterans
chat.
that are there. There's a few veterans that are there.
We got 4 picks left before we wrap up our
Now I'll
first
check to make sure I didn't miss.
draft
Oh, come
of
on.
the women's basketball
He's not gonna
tournament.
have a role.
There you go.
He's not?
Right, Kamani.
I don't know. I actually have had an argument with somebody about him in the past.
Kamani or DeAndre
But
Johnson?
I don't see him getting drafted ever, which is
In
kind
the
of
private chat.
Oh, private chat.
Yeah,
Oh, that's ooh. Mm.
I think he's gonna.
I mean,
get
he's
that. All right.
the-
I'm
he's the
gonna
direct
take
backup right
Restrepo
now.
here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
There you go.
I don't know why he's there still because yeah, he could get second
Yeah.
round capital easily.
Jamie.
I mean,
you're
he usually
welcome.
goes before Royals and Bastion them. So
Yeah.
I will
guys.
take that value.
Oh yeah, we got last 2 picks. Thanks to everybody who's hanging out with us tonight. Again, don't forget we will be back here tomorrow night, same time, 8:30 Eastern, doing our second of 5 women's basketball drafts here. Big thanks to the FFPC for hosting us and being the platform where we draft. You guys are amazing. Tyler Lockett, the 20th pick.
Mr. Irrelevant.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Thanks to everybody who drafted, not just who hung out. Steph, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find my stuff over at Legendary Upside, and I'm always over in Ship Chasing as well, doing stuff with those guys. So yeah, come check out. Helping do some dynasty ranks, and then I do waiver content during the season.
Nice. Well, guys, again, thanks for hanging out. Like I said, we're going to be back in, just less than 24 hours here on this one. We've got a few other drafts coming up the rest of the week. You can find all that information online. Make sure to give us a like, a subscribe, a follow if you haven't done that yet. We're at Fantasy and Frames online. You can find all of us online here. All of our handles are shown on the screen. But if you are listening, you got Keith Fleming over here at Keith Fleming, his name, 2 M's in Fleming. Erica is at America with a K108. Kevin is over on Blue Sky. Make sure you look him up over there.
I'm on Blue Sky now too.
You're on Blue Sky. Erica's on Blue Sky. I'm on Blue Sky. Steph, you on Blue Sky?
Erica,
I
what's your
am.
name? The same one?
He's on the
I
wrong.
don't know. It's close to the same one.
Me too. I'm the
It's
same
like,
one.
yeah.
Come find us over there. But Kev is at K Tompkins. I got it right first time. At Blue B Sky. I don't know how to say it. Bisky. That's how that looks to me. Blue Sky Social. I know. I can't get it right. No matter how hard I try.
Don't want me in with Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, that's true. It's at Trubisky Social. That's where you can find Kev. I'm at Stacey_83. Guys, great night, great draft. See you back here tomorrow. Until then, see you later, guys.